Good evening. Hey, I was unsure if I was be able to do this today due to my schedule, but guess what? We are officially here on this snowy Thursday, unfortunately, but we had to expect it at some point. But today, like I noted yesterday, we got Wicks picks for Sunday's slate of games for the divisional round. So, are you ready to get your fix? Well, let's get started with the first game taking place on Sunday with the Cleveland Browns taking on the Kansas City Chiefs at Arrowhead Stadium, which will take place at about 2 to 2:05 Central Time. Now, I think most of us can somewhat agree that we didn't think, Cleveland was going to win against the Pittsburgh Steelers in that wild card round. But, hey, they did, and now they are playing the Super Bowl defending champs, okay? The Chiefs only want one thing, and that's to keep both the Lamar Hunt Trophy and the Super Bowl trophy home in Kansas City. Now, with that being said, this could help or bring down the Chiefs. By bring down, I mean that since their main goal is to keep their prestigious trophies in their house, besides winning one game at a time, which, they will pretty much all say that that's what they're doing, is they're taking one game at a time, which, don't get me wrong, they probably are. But they're thinking, hey, we need to keep these trophies home. We got to get to that next game. And they're already thinking ahead. But they could just, be looking forward, which, just loosens their focus during this Browns game. It could lose their focus. They could. Because from what I hear, they already think it's over. Okay? Because they're going on Twitter and talking trash. Well, how about you tell me how that went for the Steelers? Oh, wait, that's right. They lost to the Browns in the wild card round, where they let the Browns score 28 points in the first quarter. We are so used to the Browns being the vocal team, with Baker calling out, his medical staff and all that nonsense, this offseason and late last year, all last year. And then you got Odell, who's, going to be Odell. He hasn't been that talkative this year. I mean, he's been hurt, but still, we've known the Browns to be in a vocal team, going out there and talking, at least this last 2 years probably. And the other superstars on the team are as well. But recently, they really haven't talked much. Have you noticed that? Okay? And they've really stuck to strictly football. Like, talk trash all you want. Because, that's telling the entire Browns team and organization, you're already looking past them. You already have that game down as a W in your book. Trust me, the Browns are not going to take that lightly, and don't be surprised if we see the Chiefs trail early on, because it might take a couple snaps or a score from the Browns for the Chiefs to realize that they're actually a good team. Okay, and that trash talking probably should have waited till after the game. You win a game, yeah, talk as much trash as you want. But when you start talking trash a week before, you're already throwing that game pretty much away. You're already saying, hey, we're going to win. Putting a little fire under those Browns players, trying to, get them a little rattled. But that's not that's not what's happening. Okay, Steelers did it. Browns got pissed. Went out there and won. So now with that being said, being that their main goal, like I said, is keeping those trophies, the Lamar Hunt Trophy and the Super Bowl trophy at home, it can be also good, okay? And here's why. When you really, really want something, you try everything possible to make sure you get what you want, right? Okay, so I feel like the Chiefs are going to come in here and show the Browns why they won the Super Bowl last year and why they will win this game, because they know what it takes to get to a Super Bowl. They know what it takes to win the AFC Championship, to win the Super Bowl as well. Okay? Take in mind, the Browns are one of 4 teams that have never played in a Super Bowl in NFL history. So they have no idea what it really takes to kind of, get there. However, I'm not saying the Browns don't have a chance to win, because like I've noted before, this is the playoffs and literally anything can and will happen. It's just how it goes. Okay, this is going to be a very fun game because we're really unsure what to think about it. Because, the Browns jumped on the Steelers so fast and early that it's very possible that they can do that to the Chiefs, because the Chiefs have a worse defense compared to the Steelers, at least on paper and at least from the stats we've seen from the regular season. So For this game, as much as I think it's going to be a good game, I have the Kansas City Chiefs winning this game 34-20. So finally, let's move over to the last game of the divisional round, which is the Tampa Bay Buccaneers taking on the New Orleans Saints. Now, I completely agree with Tom that this game should be played on the History Channel just because Tom and Drew have a combined age of 85, okay, which is the oldest combined age of two quarterbacks to face off in a playoff game. Now, granted, it was just kind of a little meme, so to say, something to make somebody laugh, and Brady tweeted it out there. But still, I mean, 85 years between these two quarterbacks. Brady's 43. Drew Brees, I think, he turns 42 tomorrow or something like that, or he already did this week. I know it's this week. But these two have done this for a very long time, okay, and are ready for another battle. In the history of the NFL, okay, no team has lost 3 times to the same team in the same season. Okay, if you remember, this season, the Bucs lost twice to the Saints. Okay, first they lost 34-23, and then they lost 38-3. Okay, in those 2 games, the Saints outscored the Buccaneers 72-26. In both those games, Drew Brees had a combined 382 passing yards and 6 touchdowns, and was only sacked 2 times. So I think it's safe to say that, the Bucs might be in a little trouble, at least a little bit. Even though they might be in trouble, I think they're going to be just fine, though, okay? You got to understand that if you've ever played a sport, losing to someone sucks, especially twice, okay? So expect the Buccaneers to come in with a chip on their shoulder. Okay, I'll give you an example of why to expect that. Okay, so going back to high school when I wrestled, I had to wrestle the same guy 3 times throughout my senior year. Okay, the first 2 times we went at it, he tech fouled me, okay? Whatever. And for those of you who don't know what a tech foul is, it's when the match is stopped after one wrestler gets or has 15 more points than the other wrestler, okay? So the first 2 times, he got me really good, obviously, okay? And it made me mad, made me upset. Well, the final time we faced each other, okay, it was in the section tournament, last tournament of the year. And I had a feeling the entire week before that I was going to end up facing him somehow. So that entire week, all I focused on was literally every little detail about his game and what he did on the mat. And when it came time to face him, guess what? I went out there and ended up sending the match into overtime and then scored a takedown to win the game, to win the match. So I think this could be the same way for the Buccaneers. You got punched in the mouth twice. Doesn't feel so good. You're going to swing it back at least once. Hopefully it connects. And this hopefully is the time that happens. So because that one win, okay, I had against that guy made every loss I had that season really mean nothing and felt like I accomplished something I really didn't think was possible. Even though I knew in the back of my head I could do it, I just didn't know if it was possible. Okay, that's where hard work comes in. That's where that dedication comes in. That fire that, like I said, punch 2 times in the mouth doesn't feel good. You're going to swing back. That's just how it is. Okay, Tampa Bay is coming into this game with a chip on their shoulder. And after watching the Saints go up against the Bears in the wild card round, you could tell that the Saints are a beatable team, but it's going to be very tough. Okay, the Bucs defense has to play top-tier defense, like putting pressure on Drew Brees, slowing down the likes of Alvin Kamara and Michael Thomas and Emmanuel Sanders. They do that, they can win. However, I just think this Saints team is way too good to lose this game. And really, this game probably comes down to whoever makes the most mistakes is going to lose. Plain and simple. I think they're both going to play their hearts out. They're going to have a battle. But like I said, whoever wins the turnover game probably wins this game. So I got the Saints in this one, and probably more than likely a little shootout, 28-24. Well, that's going to end our discussion today, as now all we can do is wait for the divisional round to get started. And let me tell you, I'm getting real anxious. Can't wait to see who's going to the NFC and AFC championship games and see how that goes. But anyways, tomorrow we're going to be back here to give you guys the Get Your Fix awards of the year, like MVP, Coach of the Year, Offensive Rookie, Defensive Rookie, and then all those kind of different awards. We're going to give it all, okay? So anyways, thanks for stopping by. Have a wonderful night, and you just got your fix with the Wicks.